All right. I think I got the timing down on this thing pretty well. All right. So we got a new beer. Two new things found in the NSLC tonight. So I'm going to do this one and then the next one in a few minutes after we do this. So this is a brewery I never heard of before. This is Graystone Brewing. And they're out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, I believe. Yes, Fredericton. And we got Lady Lee Hardy saying, "I'm a new beer." Well, I don't know about that. But I hope you're feeling better. I saw that you were saying you weren't feeling too good today. I hope you're feeling better there. Beautiful. So yeah, it's Graystone Patagonia Pale Ale, 5% alcohol by volume, and they say 50 IBUs. I guess it's supposed to be an American pale ale. They say tropical flavor. We'll see. So I don't know anything about this brewery, so we're just going to go to the website here real quick. So share screen. Share. All right. So they got all this mountain. So I assume Graystone and Patagonia are something to do with this mountain range or something. Let's see, at the brewery, we operate a 10-barrel brew house system, which is where our team creates all our product attached to the brewery. It's the Graystone Tap House, where you can enjoy one of 23 taps dedicated to breweries and cideries. Okay, that's fine. Do they have a about us here? Okay, let's see what they say. Okay, so these guys were hiking in Patagonia region of Argentina. Dude, but geez, they've been everywhere. They've been drove a van from New Brunswick to Central America, hopped on a sailboat from Panama to the U.S., rode the Trans-Siberian Railway, and backpacked through India, Nepal, Tibet, and China. One day on our hike in Torres del Paine, Patagonia, Fergus and I were trying to figure out how to make some money so we could keep traveling. They did a microbrewery. So they've been doing this for a while. They did some home brewing and made a brewery, and Graystone Brewery is here now. That's, okay, cool story. I like it. Let's see what they got for their Airbnb. They have an Airbnb? Of course they do. So do they have a thing listing their beer? Keg orders, beer descriptions. Learn more. So they got their Patagonia Pale Ale, or this is their flagship beer, which is what I tend to expect when a new beer shows up at the NSLC. It's usually the flagship beer from a new brewery. They got the Patagonia IPA. So it's just more hoppy than what I got here. They got the Graystone Light at 3.5%. Oh, that's neat. And they got some seasonal. They got a bunch of seasonal stuff. So they got a Radler. They got a red, a white IPA, some sours, lagers, other IPAs, brown ale, winter warmer, Springbuck sour, stout, black IPA. Okay, so they got tons of shit. So we'll come back here. And let's see what Lee says here. She says, I caught a cold that's going around. It hasn't hit me hard, but I'm trying to rest as much as I can before I go back to work. Good idea. Well, I hope you feel better, love. And then we got Joe, the Beer Patrol, saying, brewery still brew white IPAs. Crazy. I know. Not one I'm so super excited to see whenever I see that style pop up. It's just like, Why? Why even bother? All right. Here we go. So yeah, looks like a pale ale. It's your copper color, copper amberish color, decent head going on there. Looks a little hazy, just a teeniest bit. That might just be chill haze, honestly. There's a little bit in there, but it's very finely filtered. All right, let's go with the aroma. So they're saying this is a tropical thing. Getting mostly grapefruit, which is good. Grapefruit, good. Might be like a teeny hint of pineapple or something in the back there. But it's mostly dominated by grapefruit and a little bit of malt coming up. A little bit of that caramel malt, baby. A little bit of them crystal malts they put in this here brew. Maybe, baby. That smells good. It's just very, very simple, very decent. Not blowing you away. It's not. It certainly doesn't smell super tropical or anything like that. It's, yeah, no, it just feels American Pale Ale. That's what it smells like. And then we got Joe saying, Ric Flair, Friday night, leather strap backs, baby. Stockade. All right, so we're just going to go to the taste. There's not much more to get out of the smell. It's very simple, standard American Pale Ale kind of smell. It's fine. Cheers. That's perfectly acceptable. That's where that sits, man. I will say this: it's not one of those ones where it's like I'm thinking, 25 years ago, back in my day, this would just be considered an American IPA. It's not quite at that level. I've had several examples of that in the last couple of years where it's like, this is our pale ale, and it's like that could have been an IPA. This is a pale ale. It's an American pale ale. The bitterness is very, very mid, as the kids say these days. As you Zoomers out there say mid, I think it's the Zoomers. Or is there another generation now? I don't even know. Or is it the millennials who say it? I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's got the grapefruit that comes from Joe saying looks like a classic American Pale Ale, honestly, and then he says mid settled down MJF. Yeah. Oh, that's MJF's a lucky fucking man. You seen his fucking fiance or whatever, or wife? Did he get married? I can't remember. But whew, god damn. Yeah, it's just straight up classic American Pale Ale. Honestly, what Joe's saying it looks like here, it's got some nice subtle grapefruit going on. It doesn't have a lot of bitterness in the back. It's just a little bit drying. You still got some of the little bit of sweetness from the caramel maltiness, and it's blended together very well. It is kind of a throwback. You don't really get. Oh, I'm sure Joe can come up with a million examples of American Pale Ales that still do this, but when you think about it in terms of sort of modern context, you don't really think of American Pale Ales as tasting like this anymore, I guess, in a way. And so this is kind of a throwback in some regards to when this was more the norm. This is just incredibly drinkable and good. Yeah, good bitterness when it's actually on your palate, and then it just dries out a little teeny bit. A little bit of grapefruit residual in the back. Fairly light bodied, like upper light to lower medium kind of thing going on there. 5% alcohol by volume. Yeah, it's a beer. It's a beer. Gotta like it. And then let's see, Joe here says, yeah, the classic example is obviously Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, but so many pale ales, including some released 15-ish years ago, still lean towards more of an IPA. Yeah. So it's like an American Pale Ale, style-wise, especially if you're going classic American Pale Ale. I think I'm going to slightly overrate this just because I was pleasantly surprised for what it was, because they were saying on the can tropical aromas and flavors. And I was like, oh no, it's going to be another fucking juice bomb, isn't it? It's going to be something that's going to be adjacent to like a New England IPA, but in pale ale form. And it's not. It's very throwbackish, very old school. And I kind of appreciate that. So I'm going to throw an 8 at it for style, just because, and realistically, probably it's like a 7.75 for style. Because, there's not a shit ton going on, and it can always be a little bit better, like I've had examples of this style that are better. Personal preference, 7. I'd buy it again. It's good. It's very, very good. So, yeah. Graystone Brewing, Patagonia. Patagonia, baby. Patagonia Pale Ale, baby. That's good stuff. I likes it. So, yeah, I'm going to sip on this and finish this, and I'm going to be back. I have one more beer to review tonight. And that should be in 15 minutes, I'm guessing. So, yeah. Cheers to Joe. Cheers to Lady Lee. And anyone else who happens to watch this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. And Joe's saying, sounds like a solid, well-made APA. Patagonia, if you will, daddy. If you will. Tell me, Tony Schiavone, what's the mafia kick anyway? What the hell's a mafia kick, Tony Schiavone?